Hello, how are you? Be very welcome once again to As Above So Below. This is perhaps, I think, the third or the fifth, I don't know. I think I lost my count already, but I think it's the fourth or the fifth video that is completely spoken, English spoken. So you already know the drill. My name is Margarida and I'm an astrologer, numerologist, and tarot reader from Portugal. And I'm trying right now to create a little bit more content in English so I can, I don't know, improve my English and be more connected to more people. I think that's it. That's my aim in 2023 right now. I don't know about tomorrow, but right now I'm trying to expand and enlarge my community here on this YouTube channel because I'm very passionate about divinatory arts, and I think we don't talk as much as we could do about all these divinatory arts. And my favorite right now are three, okay? And they're the ones I dedicate most of my time to study. So today we're going to talk about this next full moon that is going to happen in the sign of Cancer. This is the first full moon in 2023. I hope, by the way, I hope you had an amazing New Year and happy holidays. By the way, it's the same in here in Portugal. And I hope you had an amazing New Year and that you have been the possibility. Sorry, that you had the possibility to be with your friends and or your family. We never know. Sometimes our friends are our family, and that's it. We have to roll with the punches and accept the love that we are able to get from this life. If it's not our family, it's our friends. If it doesn't come from our friends, then it comes from our family. Love is infinite, so just like Bjork said, all is full of love. And this is probably the main message from the full moon in Cancer, because this has been like quite something like really packed month of retrogrades and things that have caused us frustration. I mean, we have Mercury and we have Mars retrograde. Mars is going to be direct on the 12th January and Mercury is going to be direct on the 8th. So it's a lot of time. So the first part of January is going to be really slow moving. And when I say it's really slow moving, it's really slow moving. We are going to be frustrated, angry. We're going to have a lot of heated conversations. And all of this is going to make us think about how should I improve the way that I deal with people? How should I improve the way that I communicate with others? And this is, I think the main goal when we have a retrograde is some kind of grounding. It's like the universe, is our mother and says, well, you are grounded, for this weekend. Sometimes it's not a weekend, sometimes it's months, But either way, we have to think about the way that we desire things. That's Mars. The way that we ambition things. That's Mars. The way that we desire things. That's Mars. And the way that we communicate, the way that we think, the way that we speak, the way that we teach or write, that's Mercury. So the first part of January is this really frustrating, emotional, part of the year. And we have this full moon. So I chose the Ace of Cups. I think you get the picture. This is again the Rohig tarot deck that I really enjoy. I'm going to put the link down below. It's an amazing card, as you see. The Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. So I've chosen for this full moon the Ace of Cups. It's the origin of the first love of all. And I'm my mother is a Cancer, and my daughter is a Cancer sun sign too, with moon in Cancer as well. And I feel this really close to my heart because the reason that I've chosen the Ace of Cups is because the Ace of Cups, it's meant to be the origin of love, something that's about to start. And for me, this is the first love of all, that's from our mother. Sometimes that's not possible. Sometimes, come on, there are so many difficult people with a very difficult existence, and they didn't have the chance to experience this kind of love, this unconditional love. That's the Ace of Cups. It's something that started, it's infinite, and it never ends. Okay, so the full moon in Cancer is going to make us it's going to put us in touch with the emotional roots of all our feelings. And that's why I've chosen this title, assessing emotional roots, because if we have a Mars retrograde, that's our actions, and Mercury retrograde, that's the way that we communicate. I think the universe is going to put us in time out, grounding, trying to assess why the hell that why do I feel this way about this person, or why do I feel this way about something. Okay, so we cannot forget that, in spite of, this being deeply emotional, we're going to be as well adaptable. We cannot forget that Uranus is retrograde and is going to have, this sextile with the moon. So we're going to feel pretty adaptable, and today we have Jupiter sextile Venus as well. So we're going to accept the way that we are feeling because we feel exhausted. It's kind of okay. We want peace. We want peace and love. And I think we are going to be very open to our emotions. It's kind of tricky because the sun, you already know, when we have a full moon, the moon is, in complete opposition with the sun. And right now, because the sun represents our ego and our personality and is in Capricorn, that's the opposite sign of Cancer, it's like the moon is our south node. I don't know if you ever heard about the moon nodes or the nodal nodes, how you want to talk about them, or how you want to call them. I'm not going to venture myself into call them another thing. So, but for me, it's like the moon, because the moon is not only the emotions, it signifies and in a certain way encapsulates the energy of our mother, our femininity. And the sun is the masculine. Okay, it's our core energy. So when we have these two opposite one another, is kind of, we're trying to balance. If you were born on a full moon, you already know what I'm talking about. You have to, be your whole life, trying to balance something, trying to balance your feelings, because you are too intense. Okay, it's a lot of intensity. You don't really know how to balance. If you, for an instance, if you're a Capricorn and you have a moon in Cancer, it's like you're really, really emotional, but you try not to be emotional in public. You are really tough, and you have this soft core that you don't show to almost anyone. Okay, and there's the other way around. Okay, if, with any other sun sign or moon sign that you want to explore. because you have these opposites. So we have to reconcile these opposites, the feminine and the masculine, and try to assess the way we are feeling right now if you want to balance things. Okay, so the moon, as I was saying, for me kind of like almost represents the south node, because the south node is everything that we remember. The moon is not only the mother and the feminine, it also represents what we were, our memory, our muscle memory. I'm trying to figure out this another, kind of poetic way to say it, to put it. I really enjoy that song from Tool, Listen to My Muscle Memory. And it's a little bit, even if you don't remember, your body remembers. Okay, so the moon is kind of like our fluids. We're made of water, so it's the way that our body remembers certain things. Our emotions carve, certain wounds in our body, and we remember every single thing. Okay, so even from before we were born, but that's that's another kind of that's draconic as astrology. We could we can talk about it in another video, but the moon symbolizes that it's our memories, our remembrance, our family, our roots. So it's kind of like this moon is the south node and the north node is the sun right now, because it's positioned in Capricorn, and Capricorn is what we aim to do, our status, also our social status, our public persona. Okay, the way that we present to other people, the way that we ambition to be seen and felt and heard. Okay, and that's it's all about social perception. So that's why I feel that this is kind of that we are balancing our past, our present, and our future. Okay, so right now we have to assess the way that we feel about things, so we can change our actions and the way that we communicate our feelings. Okay, our intentions, the way that we want to move forward. And we cannot forget that the cards in tarot that symbolizes Cancer is the Chariot. It's forward movement. Okay, so this is going to fall in a very different way, if you are, it's not the same for every sun sign. So that's why I have put together like a small pile of cards, all from the Rorik tarot deck, and I'm going to put the link down below if you want to buy one. I'm not doing any kind of marketing of publicity. I don't have any partnership with this painter, but he's pretty amazing. It's one of the most amazing tarot decks I've ever seen in my entire life. I know it's kind of a copy, or it has like this really explicit inspiration in the Thought Tarot deck by Aleister Crowley, but Aleister Crowley, hey, he inspired himself in the Hermetic Tarot of the Golden Dawn. So we are forever inspired by others. What can we do? So I'm going to talk right now about the effects on each sign and each sun sign. So if you have, imagine you're a Aries sun sign, but you have lots of things going on in Cancer, your planets are almost, positioned in other signs, or you have like this moon that's really, strong in have a lot of aspects in your chart, so you can, listen to the message of that particular sign as well. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start by Aries. And if you are an Aries sun sign, you're going to feel that you have to, step up and stay home. Give more time to your family. I've chosen the Four of Wands because this moon in Cancer is going to fall on your fourth house. So this is the fourth house. Usually this is this card is connected to reunion of some sorts. It's connected to soulmates and, you know, and lovers reunions and recognizing our soul in another person. Perhaps it's all at once, okay? But this is a coming home, okay? This is a homecoming card for me. So this Four of Wands it's not only about completion, it's feeling complete. And you're not going to be able to feel this unless you can balance your work and your family life. Okay, perhaps there's something that's really important right now, perhaps a family member of or someone from your family that needs your attention, or you're really in need of this kind of attention from your family. And just, you know, relax and assess the way that you feel around your people. Okay, so the next one is Taurus, and this is going to fall on your third house. This full moon in Cancer is going to fall on your third house, and I've chosen the High Priestess. I know this is kind of tricky because, you know, you're going to think about communication, you're going to think about a Knight of Swords, you're going to think about the Magician, you're going to think about something that's, you know, communication related. But because this is this deals as well with this moon and Uranus, and then Uranus is going to be direct on the 22nd of January. I've chosen the High Priestess because Uranus talks not only, it's everything that's related to the 11th house, that's science and communication and the masses and people and the power of people and the way that we connect intuitively, through your intuition with others. So this third house for me is the way that you're going to have so many insights during this full moon. You're going to feel like really, because, you know, earth and water signs are, you know, particularly compatible with each other. And you know the drill, air is connected, you know, it's compatible with fire, and earth is compatible with water. In this case, the High Priestess is, for me, the way that you're going to perceive so many little things. You're going to connect so many little dots, and you're going to have an eureka moment, like, haha, I found this. I already know why this happened, why I feel this way. So you're going to be like the few ones that are going to be, you're not going to drown in the sea of emotions. You're going to be really in tune with your rational and emotional side at the same time. So this is the High Priestess for you. Next one, we have Gemini. Oh my God, Gemini, I have so many friends that are Gemini sun sign, and my sun rising is Gemini. So that's why I talk a lot. I write a lot. I was born with a Mercury retrograde, so, you know, forgive me for any instance for, you know, being kind of, you know, tricky to understand, or, you know, trying always, you know, derivating the themes, and, you know, trying other ways, and, you know, being like kind of, sometimes I feel like I'm in a labyrinth and trying to talk, and there are so many ways that you can express one single thing that sometimes it's really complicated for me. So, but I'm trying to, well, we have a whole lifetime to learn, don't we? So that's it. So Gemini, this has been hard for you because you're inside of cocoon of really intense feelings, and sometimes obsession. Everything is been on your 8th house, almost everything. Now we are shifting because, you know, Venus is already in Aquarius. So the way that you are thinking about things is, what can I do to make my voice heard? What can I do to feel more authentic? This is Venus in Aquarius. I'm going to make another video about this soon, but this is it. So Gemini, I've chosen the happiness card. That's the 9 of Cups. Okay, this is the 9 of Cups. That's what I've chosen for you, because the 9 of Cups is someone that, you know, chooses to be happy. That's why we have happiness. We guard our, you know, just like Ruth Weiss said, it's like I've chosen my happiness and I guarded like a wolf. This is not Ruth, this is Diane di Prima, an amazing poetess. If you're American, you already know who she is. Amazing poet from the Beat Generation. So happiness, you during this full moon, you're going to feel like you have to choose your own happiness, because Mars is retrograde in your sign. Mercury, that's your ruler, is retrograde as well. It's kind of like, what makes me happy? Is this going to be it? Am I fit for this? Am I ever going to be satisfied with something? And I think you're going to place more value in the things that you do, because I think right now that you're coming forward with much more energy than other people, and you're investing more than other people. And I'm talking, I could be talking about a relationship or your work, but you're going to, start to, you're going to start to balance the way that you give and take. I was hoping that I was almost chose the Six of Pentacles, but then, the second house, it's about Taurus, it's about material and gains, but it's also about comfort and happiness in comfort. So I chose this because I think it's like a very good illustration of what you aim in life, to be fully satisfied with something that you chose for yourself. So next we have the moon, and I chose the moon. I know this is Pisces energy, but I've chose the moon because it's so familiar with Cancer, isn't it? I could have chosen the Chariot, but I've decided to choose the moon because you're going to feel this with a particular intensity. Your Cancer, this is, dealing with your own energy, your own, the way that you think and feel about things. And perhaps you're going to unravel certain things that were, you're trying to lock under yourself, inside yourself, under yourself. Oh my God, inside yourself. And perhaps you're going to be awakened to some kind of thoughts and feelings that you're trying to hide from yourself, and you're going to be dealing with them like really actively during this moon. And because the moon is sextile with Uranus, and Uranus is it's all about change and adaptability, you're going to feel that you have this kind of new light, that is shining on your feelings and the way that you can deal with them. You cannot control the way that people what people do, but you can control the way that you perceive things and the way that other people make you feel. People are only allowed a certain way, that they can it's not attack you, but make you feel in a certain way. So it's called maturity. When we are young, we cry, we're going back home and say, Mama, that person did something wrong, that kid was bad, was mean to me. And then we grow up, and we are the ones, we are the agents of of doing this kind of internal monologue. So that person hurt me. Why did that person hurt you? That's what your mother was going to ask. Why did you feel that way? What did she do? What did he do to you that made you feel that way? So when we grow up, we are our own mothers and our own fathers. And perhaps that only happens when there's a metaphorical death, or there's a death of some kind. When we become independent from our parents. Sometimes it's when one of our parents die. Sometimes it's when we become parents and we look at things in a different way. But right now, you're going to be really you're going to be really good in assessing your own problems and dealing with your own emotions without asking anybody their opinion. Okay, you're able, and you can do it. So the next one, it's going to be a tough one, dear Leos. So Leo has been, you know, rolling with the punches, just like Van Halen said in the Jump song. I've been listening, you know, the last week. I don't know why I'm not a Van Halen fan, but you know, Jump is kind of like a tune that you can listen to while washing the dishes. I don't know. This is kind of weird. So, but you know, Van Halen for me, it's all about Leo appearance, the hair, all that glam rock by the, you know, from the 80s. It's it's a little bit too much sometimes, but it's really enjoyable to see. So it's kind of that energetic, you know, but you're trying to roll with the punches in a whole different way, because the last 2 years we had Saturn in Aquarius in an opposition to your sign. So Saturn is not always in opposition. It depends, you know. The first year it's the first decan, you know, from Leo, in July, the first days of Leo sun sign. Sorry. And then, you know, the last ones, the ones that feel the most, they're the ones who already do their, you know, celebrate their birthday on August. I think you have felt, you know, this kind of weight on your shoulders, because when we have a Saturn making a conjunction with our sun, or opposition to our sun, or no, conjunction or opposition to any, you know, planet, on any personal planets like the moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, they're the most important. The other are generational, okay? But when we have that generational planet doing these conjunction oppositions, where, I mean, you know, it's kind of like a really, you're setting yourself for, you know, for eternity. I know it's a lot of it's difficult work, it's hard work. I know people feel that, you know, everything is stuck, everything is frustrating, that you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. But when you do that work, you know, in 1-2 years, you're setting yourself for, you know, for doing, you're setting some foundations, some serious foundations for the next 29-30 years. Okay, so Saturn gives that discipline for you to conquer your dreams. And you can bitch about it and say, oh my God, this is so hard, I cannot do this, this is, you know, nobody said it's going to be, nobody said it would be. It was easy. But yeah, nobody said was going to be easy. And this full moon in Cancer is like you acknowledging that, you know, how of a warrior you have been. So you're inside this labyrinth. This is the hermit mode. This is Virgo energy, and you are assessing and, you know, dwelling with your own shadow, and the part of you that don't want to, you know, confront yourself with the things that you know you have to do, but you're not, you know, you're not in the mood for doing them. And it's like you're in the end of this cycle, you have to rest. Okay, give yourself a break. There are some things that have to be done, but, and you can do your, I don't know, a checklist. You can, you know, be really strategic with what you want to do. But right now, in the 12th house, this full moon falling on your 12th house, you have to just rest. You can, you know, try to organize your feelings and your thoughts, but it's simply to, you know, go under, think, and rest. Try to meditate. Okay, the hermit is always about, you know, finding your own light in the darkness. So I think this is the main, you know, the main message for you guys, because the 12th house is all about fears and taboo and dreams and intuition. I could have put the High Priestess in here, but Taurus is going to connect more dots than you. Okay, I think you're going to dwell in your own shadow and try to make sense of things that you cannot see the big picture right now. I feel that this kind of chaos, and people are always afraid of chaos. Well, I'm included, okay? But when I see that it's kind of, you know, I'm in the middle of a storm, I think, well, this is chaotic, this is a storm. I'm only afraid of it because I cannot see the big picture right now, but I probably would be able to see it later. So this is what you feel. You're trying to make sense logically of things that are purely emotional. So let them sink in. Don't try to analyze everything. You can, dwell with your own shadow. You can try to connect the dots, but please do rest, because the next thing is going to be completely different, okay? You're going to have more information. The next moon is going to be in Aquarius. That's going to fall on your 7th house. So you're going to be much more aware of your impact on society or in others, okay? And then you're going to have the full moon in Leo. So all of this is preparing yourself for a revelation that is connected to your identity. So just chill, okay? Then we have the Virgo sun sign, and here we are, Princess of Swords, okay? This is the card I chose for you for this full moon in Cancer. And this is a particular impactful one, because when we have Princess when we have, I don't know, a knight, this is always connecting the fire energy with the one that is mentioned in the card. So this is fire and air, okay? This is fire and air is completely compatible. And this makes you an agent of change. I'm saying this because this full moon in Cancer is falling on your 11th house. 11th house is friendships, is networking, is connecting different people, it's reuniting with friends, is making new connections with other people. And so this Princess of Swords is going to be really articulate. It's going to be articulated, sorry. She's going to be really, I don't know, she's going to be kind of like accepting the differences, because we already have this Venus in Aquarius, and Venus is Aquarius is all accepting, we are accepting our differences, our uniqueness, and we're accepting that in others. So this Princess of Swords is the energy that I see in you. This is the energy of, having this kind emotional insight, this eureka moment connected with your friendships, the way that you feel that people are positioned in your life it's all making sense. It's all, you're seeing the big picture. And it's completely opposite with Leo sun signs. You're seeing the big picture. You're seeing why you were connected to that particular person. You're seeing why that event had to happen that way. You're seeing, and you are accepting your past, and you are accepting the way that you feel about others and the way that others are feeling about you. So connect, okay? So the next one, we're going to talk about Libra. And Libra, this full moon is falling on your 10th house. And the 10th house is completely connected with, the energy of Capricorn that is still on our sun sign. And if the sun sign and the 10th house is connected with status and work and ambition and the way that we want to manifest our dreams in 3D in real life, we have this card, the 3 of Pentacles. That's the card I've chosen for you. I know that, Libra had been, have been a tough one, a tough year. The last, the last couple of years you have had, a tough cycle of problems with your family and not be able to complete some tasks or some projects that you had in mind. And finally, probably you finished some of them, or you have been able to have more space for yourself inside of your own family. But right now you're going to try to balance, and you're on the verge of a major change in your life, because the next year, in July, the North Node is going to change to the sign of Aries. Is going to transition to Aries, and in opposition, in immediate opposition, you have the South Node in Libra. So you're going to feel like Scorpio did the last, couple of 18 months ago. You're going to feel that you're going to being pushed into your own fears, your own past. You're going to be confronted with your own past or your own limits, you know, and it's going to be the next 18 months from July to 2023. You're going to confront yourself with your past, and you're perhaps, if you're listening to me, you're going to be able to have a space to fully connect with yourself, and being able to what's the word, to heal. I know it's very fashionable to say to heal, okay, but this is going to be particularly intense because Chiron is going to be in Aries until 2027. So you see what I'm talking about. It's a lot of work, not only for Aries sun signs, but because it's going to have an opposition with Chiron and the South sign. And if you're a Libra and have several things in Libra, you're going to feel this particularly in your bones, okay? So work is going to be very important, but much more important is for you to balance the way that you live inside your own family, the way that you are as an individual. I think that Libra, usually you do a lot for others and you forget sometimes about yourself, or it's not that you forget about yourself, but you forget about your individually. You put so many things on hold because you want to help others and you want others to feel good. It's like you cannot feel good unless others are okay. Okay, so that's quite draining, and you're going to change that point of view completely in 2010, from 2023 until 2025, and it's going to be like a whole new world for you. Okay, so this being said, you're assessing the way that you're feeling towards your work, what you want to do in the future. Okay, what you want to communicate with your work. You're balancing the scales between work and family, okay, but you're assessing the way that you can be even more genuine through your work. Use your voice through your work and be the most genuine that you can be. Okay, so next one we have Scorpio. And Scorpio, I just love the card that I've chosen for you, not only because you can see her genitalia, it's the part, in the Scorpio's body that's more, vulnerable, okay, in everybody, okay, the genitalia and the solar plexus, and, our head, of course, our eyes, our feet. We have so many vulnerable spaces, neck, so armpits. Well, we have so many things. Either way, I really enjoy this because you are falling. This reminds me of that song by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, I'm free falling. And that's the way that I'm seeing you. I'm perceiving you as this, here I come, here I go, I don't care. So because this full moon in Cancer is all about risking, it's falling on your ninth house, and it's all about adventure and a journey, and you are enjoying your journey. I don't think because we are we're getting out for the next 6 months until July 2023. We're going to see you as this butterfly that's coming out of the cocoon. You're feeling more powerful than ever. Perhaps you're appearing more powerful than ever, but you still have some things that you have to, ground inside your head, your feelings. And this full moon it's like this kind of, and because Venus is already in Aquarius, and it's like embracing your own uniqueness and your more adventurous side. I don't know if you see, but her legs, we have this feather. It's just like I feel like that I can fly, and this is the journey, okay? And you're falling, and you don't care if you're falling, if you're ascending, and unless you feel alive, okay? You want to feel alive so badly. So this full moon in Cancer, you're going to explore your feelings. You're going to explore. I don't know if you're going to travel, perhaps, I don't know, but Mercury is retrograde, so be very careful with that and with misunderstandings. But either way, I think you're going to explore your own emotions in a very creative and thoughtful way. Okay, this is how I see you in this full moon, dear Scorpios. So next, Sagittarius. I hope you're not sick. This is so mean of me, but I hope you're not sick, because you have had this, amazing start of year full of excitement connected with your fifth house, your seventh house, and so many people are attracted to you. But at the same time, you have to be very careful with the way that you invest in others, in money. So do not start buying spree or something like that, because it's not going to be beneficial for you. So here we have Four of Swords for you. I think you know why I chose this. If you are familiar with the card, you already know. So the Four of Swords is when you drop the towel, you drop the mic, you see, okay, this could have been a good card for Leo as well, because right now you're on the verge of something, okay? You're on the verge of starting a new cycle, and you're only going to feel this from 20th January onwards. Right now, you're feeling that you have to rest. I don't know if your defenses are down. I don't know if your immune system is down, but you're not feeling as well as you could. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit drained, and this is all because you are transforming yourself. You are mutating. Well, what the hell? You are changing. That's better, sorry. And you are changing inwards, okay? So this full moon, you're going to assess your feelings from the point of view, okay, I'm seeing this in a completely new way. But at the same time, you are seeing something in a completely new way, you're going to heal yourself without acknowledgement. It's the Four of Swords. Every number four, it's about structure, but it's also about stagnation. And you're doing this work almost in an unconscious way. Perhaps you are, I don't know if you're on holidays, if you are working, but you are seeing things in a complete light, and you are not trying to fight it. You are simply accepting it, because you're saying, okay, after this, what can I do? Okay, what the hell? Let's see what happens. And this is your vibration. We're simply enjoying, okay? You're going with the flow. Literally, you're going with the flow. And this is so amazing, because you have like this moon, in here as well. But after a heartbreak, that's the Three of Swords, you are thinking, okay, this is a new chapter of my life. I'm accepting the things that hurt me. And I'm trying just to figure out, in a very practical Sagittarius way, I'm trying to figure out why. And of course, I'm changing, and I'm feeling a little bit stronger. So the next card is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords could be seen as a very selfish card. But the Five of Swords is also, standing up for yourself and fighting for your dreams no matter what. And that's how I think you're going to feel after this period, of feeling this really intense full moon. I hope you don't have any kind of, discussions with your family. But if you try to change now to have some back and forth about something that's bothering you for perhaps many years ago, I think you're going to feel that, that has, shed some light on this event, that this kind of discussion that you're going to have some closure from this event, from this discussion that you're going to have with your mother, with your father, with your nuclear family. It doesn't matter, even if it's just a discussion with other people, friends inside your own house or about your own house. Well, this is getting on my nerves. Okay. Gardeners, we have to love them, don't we? Good job. So I hope you still listen to me. So you're going to have an insight, and you're going to have closure on a particular thing that's related to your family, okay? Or something that's related with something that's really close to your heart. That's why I've chose the Four of Swords. You're dropping the mic. You're not fighting your feelings. You're not fighting the you know, having this kind of conversation with this person, you're just accepting that things are what they are. It is what it is. So after that, we have Capricorn. And Capricorn, this one I've chose the Six of Pentacles for you because I feel this with the seventh house is going to fall on your sign, you know, with this full moon, and I've chosen the Six of Pentacles because the Six of Pentacles is all about give and take, and you're acknowledging that you have certain people in your life that are worthy of this, and you're acknowledging as well the peoples who aren't. Okay, so there are so many people throughout your life that you're feeling that you just wasted resources, your feelings, your time with these people, and you already had this new moon in Capricorn. You already felt that, okay, I'm not going to depend on the way that other people feel about me, and I'm going to be myself. For instance, I'm going to be myself. And you are feeling this because this Pluto is coming out of this very long cycle of Pluto in Capricorn. Then we're going to have, for an instance, like a really short one, Pluto in Aquarius in 2023, and then in 2024 until 2044 we're going to have Pluto in Aquarius. So it's going to be a major change for you, Aquarius, in the next 20 years. If you're an Aquarius, prepare yourself. If you're a Capricorn, stick with me. And just kidding. You have this Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, it's all about, you know, perceiving who are the people in your life that, you know, you can make a partnership with, and you're going to feel you're going to feel really compelled to unite to someone, even marry, start a partnership, have I don't know, someone to work with on a specific project. You are assessing all the options, and you're feeling that you can trust like one or two people, but these are finally the people that you want to see in your life. Okay, now next we have Aquarius. And with Aquarius, I've chosen the Empress. Not everything is bad, okay? So with the six, you know, this full moon is going to fall on your sixth house, and the sixth house is all about work. But because it's a Cancer full moon, is working on yourself, okay? It's not only, you know, trying to assess the way that you feel about others, or your work, or your routines, or the way that you eat or sleep. You're going to assess the feelings that you have towards yourself, okay? And that is not bad. This is a kind of self-care, okay? Because this is the Empress, and the Empress, it's all about success and, you know, beauty and fertility and energy, and be able to create something out of nothing. So the Empress is the origin of everything. We have the High Priestess, of course, and it's connected to the spirit and the feminine, but the Empress is this really connected, really fertile energy, and we are talking about Cancer, for fuck's sakes, and it is in its own domicile because the moon, you know, rules Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So oh my God, this is kind of epic right now. Well, my street has a lot of life, I think. So lots of people, lots of life, and, you know, cheers. Cheers to everyone. So we have the Empress, and the Empress is about celebrating yourself, your feelings, the way that you perceive yourself, okay? And finally, but not, you know, not the last one. It's not what, finally, the last but not the least, that's the expression I wanted to use, Pisces. And I've chosen the Sun. Okay, I know I'm a Pisces myself. that's not why the reason I chose the Sun. It's because this full moon is going to fall on your fifth house, and the fifth house is all about reproduction, fertility, and children, and enjoyment, and romance, and sexuality. So I thought that the Sun card would be a good one, okay? Because, you know, Venus is already in Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about embracing your own individuality and your uniqueness, and it's pretty connected to Leo as well. It's the opposite sign, and it's kind of like, it's choosing, and because, we have moon sextile Uranus in the 11th house, it's about connecting to other people. It's about expanding your creative energy, and it's about, expressing your love, and it's about communicating to others, and think about, all the ways that you can connect to others. And it's about love. And perhaps some people, I don't know if someone is going to declare the undying love they have for you, but you're going to be connected with this really sexual and fiery energy of the sun. Okay, so that's it for all Jesus. So this full moon is really to assess your own emotions, the emotional roots of your feelings, your thoughts, and the way that you behave in the world. So that's it. I hope that you enjoy it. See you soon. Over and out.